You know what the worst thing that could have probably happened to the Esober Elitist show is putting both hosts on a team with X Daily in a theme about Bill Cosby raping people. That would probably be, I think, the worst thing that could have happened for the listeners of our show. Welcome to the Sober Elitist. Having said that, sober? We awake?
Yeah,
It's early.
we're good. We're good. The 2 hour time, man. Holy shit. Slight difference.
I know. So it's like really 7 o'clock for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I kind of alluded to it if you didn't see the post. We've been airing this thing at 10 o'clock. Usually runs till 11, maybe a little bit after. See, the problem with that is when you're a married guy, right? And your wife gets off work around 10ish, and she like shows up in the middle of a show. You have to explain to her to shut the fuck up because you're doing a fake video game hockey show, and that doesn't really go over well. Like 2 weeks ago, when she kind of took a pizza and stormed up the stairs, like can't even talk in my own fucking house. Um, and she had a point, I guess, but when she found out it was because we were doing the Sober Elitist show, it's just misery. You know what I mean, Sober? I mean, you get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. You know, I married my wife. Kind of just lets me be. I mean, we have this unwritten rule that my area is downstairs, her area is upstairs. We might see each other
We have
when
the
we go to
same
bed.
rule.
You know.
Yep.
When I do the show, I shut the door. You know, just whatever, and she knows not to fucking step foot anywhere near it. You know.
See, like, and I get that, right?
Yeah.
I just kind of never really tell her what I'm doing. She just assumes I'm down here talking to people. I'm always talking on the headset when I'm on, the game or whatever, and I think she just assumes that's what I'm doing, right? So,
Mm.
um, and my fucking buddy sold me up the river last week, dude. He was sitting in here, and he sold me up the fucking river. He was playing, Xbox on the other TV down here. She walks in, now she wants to talk to him. Oh, hey, how you doing? Ah, 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 ah. And they're jabbing back and forth, and I'm like, I muted it. I'm like, guys, will you shut the fuck up? We're doing the draft show. We're doing the thing here. Well, actually, I didn't say that. I said, ooh, and then
You're
he
definitely
goes,
thinking
oh,
it.
yeah, I was thinking it. And then he goes to her and he's doing his video game radio show, and this look of disgust came over her face, like so. Anyways, I'm sick of that shit happening. So here we are, it's 8 o'clock. Plus the shit'll get over around 9, 9:15ish. The whole night ahead of you. People don't have to stay up if they wanted to listen live type thing. So we appreciate everyone tuning in at 8 now. We're here now at 8. Okay, I've explained myself now. Draft
And
is
here
over.
comes the shit talk.
People are not yet. It's too early. It's too early. But we got preseason games have been going on. I haven't had a chance to check out Cosmic and Cortez's show from earlier this week, nor did I have a chance to check out the Throwdown yesterday. But rest assured, I will do that, and we'll try not to regurgitate too much of the same shit that they probably already covered. Sober, that's your department because I think you've heard those shows, and I haven't got a chance to yet.
Yep.
But we're Hollywoodless this week. Holly couldn't commit to 8 o'clock this week, but that's okay. That's okay because we always got something up our sleeve. Stealth Luca D, the #1 overall pick, is with us this week. Luca, you can unmute yourself now. You with your shitty fucking echoey mic. How's it going, bud?
I'm good. How are you?
We're getting it done, man. We get the #1 overall pick here, and I'm gonna start. I'll kick it off with Sober here, man. Is this the #1 pick for you?
For me, yeah. I mean, last season he proved it. He's got to be, you know, top center in the league, and I value my centers very high, so that would be an easy first pick.
Hmm.
Although
Is he
although
not?
if I was a captain,
Oh.
I might have taken Lamp. I just had to say it because
Okay,
of
but
the
if you're
whole greater
McGilla,
than-
well, I always look at the captains too.
yeah,
If
yeah.
that was a different captain at #1, it might not have been Luca, but it was McGilla. So for me, no one else was going there. Like there was no danger of it being anyone else. Remember, someone went on the throwdown. They were like, "Oh, he might take Saney, which is
Mm-hmm.
Ezreal, or Easy Real, or sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong." And then they get them both anyways. Jesus.
That was quite the surprise in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Just
I
because I
mean,
mean a
I'm
lot
getting to
of
see some highlights now, and he's pretty fucking good.
and a lot of the people that are in this league have played with Sandy in a different one also. So they knew him,
Hmm.
they knew what he was like and stuff. But
Well, Luca, let me jump in and ask you, man. Have you guys been getting games in?
Yeah, the draft was Monday, right? We played Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we played almost every night, and I think Tuesday we scrimmaged against Agents team,
Hmm.
and it was pretty fun. I think we won every game. The last game went to overtime, and
Okay.
then Wednesday we played just club against random people. And I think last night I couldn't play, but they played against they scrimmaged against I think Shock. I'm not sure though.
Do
But
you
yeah,
like the
we've been
scrimmages, or would
practicing.
you rather play club?
Doesn't really matter to me as long as they're sixes and they're like competitive.
Hmm.
yeah,
So
we had that conversation
doesn't
too
matter.
about doing the club or the scrimmage.
Yeah, like some of us on the putting it in. Um, some of us like, I'm in the camp of I'd rather just play club. Fuck the scrimmages. I hate setting them up. I hate showing our hand, and then I hate like if it goes well, it's like a double-edged sword. It's like, oh wow, congratulations, you beat us. You're supposed to. Or, if you lose, oh, we beat fucking Daly's team. It's just I would rather just play club, get a feel of your teammates, see what kind of offense you want to run, see who you want to play where, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, man, I went on record saying, now that you're here, Luca, that I thought your team, McGilla's team, is probably the best on paper, in my opinion. Maybe yours or DC's. I can't really decide, but I think I want to go with your team as being the best on paper. So you got lot to live up to.
I'm
No
used to
pressure.
team people doubting, so I don't. Doesn't really matter. We'll see how
No.
we play.
Well, it's
But I
funny
like my team.
because oh, you should. But it's funny to me because like last year you were on Jaeger bombs, right? And like no one respected that team from the get-go. They're like, yeah, they got Luca, but what else do they have? And you just went on to almost make a Cup Finals appearance, man. Um, this team's better, at least on paper. It's better than the Jaeger bombs. So uh, I predict that you guys will be there at the end. That's kind of my feeling on it. Like he really hit a home run with that second pick, putting you with Saney there, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's a really good 1-2 punch. Both could carry the puck, move the puck well.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was our plan. Because he messaged me a long time ago, say he was gonna pick me, and we've been strategizing who we're gonna pick, and we're like, okay, if he falls, we're picking 100%, and then it worked out. And then Edge is really good. I like him, how he
Hmm.
plays. Miguel is solid on D. Dunn is pretty good on D. He has to get used to it because he played forward last year, but he's solid. And the Lime I never played with before, but what I've seen from him is really, really good. So I agree
Yep.
with you that this team I'm on this year is better than last year, but also the teams this year are better than last year as well. So
I
we'll
agree with
see how
that
that
too.
works
Like
out.
overall, if you look up and
It's
down
more
the
competitive.
lineups, yeah, no doubt. There's going to be really good teams, like on paper that you look at, and then I think you're going to be shocked as to where they finish. Like, you know, I'll use your team as an example because this happened to McGill last year. You're like, holy shit, what a team! Like that's going to be. How are they going to lose? And they didn't make the playoffs. McGill's team last year. I'm not saying that's good. That's definitely not happening to you guys, but it did happen last year. I mean, he had like Joe Fist, Joe Stowe. Who was his other first rounder last year? I
He
can't
had
remember.
Biko.
Okay, yeah, Biko. he had all those guys, and we were like, man, they're really going to contend, and they didn't even make the playoffs. So, like, I think that's going to happen. Well, it's definitely going to happen to someone. I don't know who it's going to be, but um, I don't know, man. If Hansel Roberto, this is just what I heard earlier today because I haven't seen it. Hansel Roberto has chew therapy. His team is number one.
And he's already made
I
trades. Or a trade.
He did. I don't see that team number one. No offense to Chew Therapy or his team. They're going to be good. But number one, there are some stacked lineups, man.
I think this is going to be that season where you're not going to have the clear cut. Oh my God, they haven't lost a series. They haven't, that sort of season. I think is all
Well,
going
that's
to be
the
really
idea.
competitive. Right, it's all going to be really competitive where any team, any given night, is going to be able to beat that other team. It's not like I don't know. I'll say it Jello time. It's not like back then, right?
Right. Man, I wish we had like a neutral voice. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish we had somebody.
Yeah, somebody that hasn't paid
could.
attention to shit really, and just kind of.
Well,
Just
no, I
invited-
just mean like I wish we somebody without a dog in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that could offer some sort of input on what he think. Oh, hey man, who's that?
What?
Hello? Hello?
Hey
Is this
guys.
thing on?
Hey!
Hi
Luca,
guys.
Joe's
it's Joe
here.
Thornton here. Yeah.
And shout out to Joe.
Welcome, Jumbo. Shout out, Joe.
Thank you.
I'm not
Oh
gonna
fuck,
continue until
Joe's
Luca
here.
gives him a
Shout
shout
out to
out.
Joe.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, now we can move on.
Oh wait, was I not supposed to say that? I'm sorry, Joe. Sorry about that.
Beauty segue right there.
You're freaking dick, Luca. Jesus.
We were chatting a little bit before we went on the air, and Luca said, I don't even remember what he said, but Joe goes, "Man, how come every time we talk you have to be a dick?" That's what the D is in Stealth Luca D.
Oh
You didn't know?
no, what you were saying? You were saying like how was I gonna answer a question, and you did like a different voice. I'm like, wait, I sound like Joe? What the fuck?
I did, yeah. Like sometimes I'm
It's not a
guilty
bad
of
thing.
like every Canadian sounds like Joe. It's just because I've known Joe for so long, so I like every Canadian has the Joe Thornton accent to me, which is obviously not true. But anyways, well,
What a
Joe's
dick,
here,
Luca.
man. Joe is not in the draft pool. Joe, are you like a waiver at all? I actually don't know the answer to that, so I'm asking.
Yeah, but I think I'm a second string waiver, so the chances of me playing a game are very slim. Everybody else
Very
has to go
slim.
before me. Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, Joe
But that's
pulled
fine.
himself out this year, man. He's in the middle of a move. Pretty noble, man,
Yeah.
honestly, because you didn't want to handcuff anyone that could potentially play you and get screwed out of
No.
it. You know, if somebody built the
Right.
draft around you being a part-time player and you weren't guaranteed to be there, it would kind of screw them. So kudos to you for doing the right thing.
Yeah. hmm
Having said that, I mean, you're still around. You're still poking around the site. You probably saw the draft. You know who ended up where. Do you have any like early impressions of who you think missed or hit, or
Oh,
if
well,
you were,
yeah.
if you were going to be added to a team, which one would you want to be added to? You know, something like that.
Without hesitation, I'm gonna say D-Mart's team because I believe that's the strongest team. They're deep forwards. The goaltending, I'm not too sure. Tomahawk, I haven't really looked at his game too much, but everybody else seems to be really good on that team. After that, you got Daly's team, which is also a really stacked team. And ability. Ability, I played a couple of games with his squad, and I have to say they're going to be really good too. They might give up some 2-on-1s here and there, but their forward line should be enough to keep them in the games.
I'm glad you brought up that team because we got to see them twice so far. They're very good guys. If they have a weak spot, it's going to be their defense. And you know,
Yeah.
Bob, I love you, and Odd Guy, I love you too. If they can clean up some of those 2-on-1s that you were just talking about, Joe, they're going to be really
Mhm.
difficult to play against because that offense is a cycling nightmare. But hey, the league let it happen. They let Ability take Cosmic Fade, who, by the way, he was already great. He's even better at this game, in my opinion. He's better at 18 than he was at 17. And they let him take Little Brian, which is no Regretski. Sorry, I call him Little Brian. And and if you don't know him, you're gonna know him. And Ability's been playing great in that too. Um, like I said, our team's
Yeah.
sober. We saw them twice. So what were your first impressions of that? The Victoria's Secret.
Kind of same. I mean, it. The one thing I will say is be prepared to make sure your D stays back against that team. They break out early. Um, at least that's what I saw. Uh, one or two of them. I'm not going to specifically call one person out for it, but um, they definitely play on the high side.
Yeah, I mean they know when to break out, especially Cosmic. I'll call him out. Cosmic knows when to break and leak. He knows. Um, that's not a bad thing. That's good hockey IQ, and you got to be ready for it. We got caught on it a couple times. We weren't ready for it. But the thing is, they're not really a scary rush team. They're a scary cycling team. Do not let them get low. You gotta do whatever you can to break up their cycle game. If you force them to try and play a rush game, up and down the ice, you're gonna beat them. But we weren't able to do that the other night. So kudos to them. They played great and they look great.
Look sexy.
Sexy, yes. Luca, have you seen them play?
Abilities team?
Yep.
No, I've only played against Agents team, but they look like a good team on paper. Cosmic Fades, really good at dangling, just a good player. I heard good things about Regretsky's, and their whole forward lineup looks good. They're probably going to score. Well, they'll be top two, top three in goals, probably first. But no, I haven't seen them.
I agree with that. And just to add to that, Tom FTW, I've never spoken to the guy in my life. I don't know a thing about him. Um, he's just as good as the other two. So if people didn't scout him properly or didn't realize that Ability was scouting him every single night of the fucking week, you knew If I was captaining this year, which I wasn't, I would have taken that guy. I saw him play. I played against him. He's really fucking good. So, Tom, if you listen to this shit, I don't know if you do, but you're looking great. Having said that, I'm done blowing Ability. I'm really quite sick of it,
You
to
know
be honest with you. So we're gonna move.
the one thing I'll say
Hmm.
too really quick is a lot of the captains that were scouting a lot, they tended to scout the same people pretty much a lot of times, and they still wound up getting pretty much everybody that they scouted.
That is a good
Dom with his
point.
guys, Ability with his guys. You know, there's a lot of that stuff going on, which is amazing.
Here's one. Here's one. Sober, you didn't do much scouting.
Nope,
Is that correct?
none at all.
Now, I mean, everybody knows who you are. You're not a secret. Okay, you've been around the block, and I'm not sure if Jumbo Joe realizes this. Joe, are you aware where he was drafted?
Yes, sadly, I've been aware that he went number one. Uh,
What?
but you know
Huh?
what? He deserves it.
Hey, thanks.
Wait.
I
So I'm
think
talking about
you.
Wait,
Sober,
what?
not Luca.
It's over. Oh fuck.
Now who's the dick, asshole?
Sorry, I was on the phone. I was trying to cover it. But
Oh,
I was on the phone.
see how it is. Come on the show and go.
This guy's taking phone calls during the elitists, dude. It's absolutely terrible. But what I was saying, Joe, do you know where Sober was drafted in this draft? Without looking.
Yeah. Almost last, or if not last, something around there.
He was number 60. He was Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Having said that, what happened there? Why? And this can go for Joe or Luca or even Sober, because I don't know the reason. Matter of fact, when we were doing the show, I didn't realize he was still there. I thought he was gone. I just took it for granted that he was gone. And last pick came up and his name popped up. I said, "Wait, what? You fucking kidding me?" So what happened?
Those guys
Whoever
can
wants
speak
it.
on it. I can finish it, but
Fucked if I
Um,
know.
I have no idea.
Well,
Didn't you go
the,
third last season,
yep.
and then you went
yes,
60? Is that like the biggest swing ever? Like I
it
don't know.
has to
It's
be.
got to be. It's got to be. There's somewhere in that neck of the woods. Yeah.
So just to break it down, season 2 he led the league in scoring. I'm not sure if everybody's aware of that. He was #1 in points. Is that a fact?
Points, hits. Uh, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much
So
everything.
okay, season 2 you led the league in points. Season 3 you also had a very good offensive output. Um, on a playoff team that won their first round, got bounced in round 2. Season 4 was the Dank Love experiment. You got bounced around like a cheap slut. Okay,
That was
team to
fun,
team
man.
to team to
I
team,
wish I got fucking
and then you ended up on the Raw Dogs.
fucking miles on that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So
And once I got
what?
put on the Raw Dogs, that team started kind of turning it around a little bit.
They
Not,
did
not
in the
tooting my
last
own
2 weeks.
horn.
Yeah.
It was competitive. We didn't get blown out. I think we actually
Nope.
won a series there too.
You did. Didn't you win 2? I thought you won 2.
Yeah, it might have been two. Might have been two.
Yeah, I thought you won 2. But listen, here's my point.
Mhm.
I talked to a few captains. I said, "Did you get like?" Okay, I talked to Dom, who I know,
Mhm.
like Dom is a sober guy, and I said, "Dude, how did you pass on him?" He's like, "It's not that I passed on him, it's that I had my wingers early, and he didn't fit in my team."
Yeah.
So like from round 2 or 3 on, or wherever he picked his wingers, like he was never going to take you.
Mhm.
Because of he already had the where's he gonna play you? D.
Yep.
He's not gonna play you on D. So like he's like no, he's like I was hoping he would make it to me in optional. So I was like, why would you want him in optional? Now he's gonna sit. He's like, I know it's ridiculous. Like, and this happened to a few guys. Right, there are a few
Mhm.
guys taken in that optionals. They should be starting, but because of the fucking madness and because of the extras and all the extra
Hype
signups,
and
guys
all that
that
shit too.
yeah, I mean that helped you drop. But again, I think a lot of these people scouted. You didn't scout.
Mhm.
And guys like Wizzy War and guys like Wolin and guys like whoever else that I don't know personally, they went early and you didn't because #Chem was
Yeah.
found in the preseason or in the pre-draft, I mean, and they're sober, just sitting there. So I think and that happened to a lot of guys who didn't scout.
And to be honest,
Look at the
like for
names.
me, I wasn't even really even approached for scouting. And once 18 dropped, I found myself playing more D/goalie. Just to make six. You get a group and oh fuck, we don't have a goalie. I'm like fuck it, I'll play goalie. So like I wasn't really even playing forward at all, really in 18, unless I did drop-ins with like Viper and them.
Well, look at the captain's list. I mean, everybody knows sober. Do you need to scout sober? You know what you get with him. Like you're a power forward. At least this is how I view you. You're a grimy power forward that's great on the forecheck and can bury a goal. Like that's if I was to give you a description, that's what I'd give you. Like I think every team should have someone like that. But anyways, whatever. It's neither here nor there. I mean, you're on the best team, so no harm, no foul.
To be honest, I'm happy. I mean, when I
Well, fuck yeah.
listening to the draft, I was like, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. And then I go into the like fourth, fifth round. I'm like, I'm not being fucking drafted. What the fuck? And then when I saw that I did get drafted, I was like, huh. And then I looked at the squad. I'm like, well, okay, I'll go last pick every round, every draft if I could get on a team like that.
It's like a drug monkey wet dream, man. That's what he
Yeah.
wants. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't want fifth overall, man. But I know you listen to these shit drug. You're gonna go high. Maybe you should. I don't know. Just like I said. But that's his point, man. It's wait a minute.
He's not
I
gonna
have to
talk.
stop this show.
He's not. He's
Oh, okay.
yeah. He's just coming in to listen.
All right. All right. I won't even bring it up then. But since we are talking, that's what he wants to. That's every good player wants to fall. They want to fall so they can play with other good players. But at some point, something has to give. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But you fell way too far. That was insane how far you fell in that draft. And there was still guys taken in the optionals that I can't believe were optionals. And then you had guys that didn't get drafted at all, and now they got an expansion team. So I wanted to hit on that. Jumbo, did you know about that? The expansion team that we made?
Yes, I did hear about that. Got to play a few games with those guys too. They might surprise a
Mm-hmm.
few teams actually, so we'll see how that goes. I'm pretty excited for them.
They have a good goalie. NJ Devil is a
Mhm.
good goalie. Okay, and we played this team the other night. Dead Wrong, aka Jordan. Some of you know him as Jordan. Some of you know him as Dead Wrong. They had him on wing at first, and we played him the other night, and we smashed him. It was gross. It wasn't even
Oh
close.
yeah.
They moved him. They moved him to center, and they moved Jelly to wing, and that changed the whole outlook on that team. And I think they put A. Thompson back on left D, and that changed everything. They looked like a completely different team. Dead Wrong is a natural center. For those that don't know, he's pretty slick with the puck. I feel like he went undrafted just because no one knows who the fuck he is. Period. So that's why he went undrafted. But you're right, Joe. That team that could surprise a lot of people. Like if you
I'm
think you're
rooting
gonna
for
roll
'em.
over them and they're gonna go winless, it's not gonna happen. I guarantee that.
Mhm.
Who do you like on that team, Joe? So I'm just off the top of my head. You get Jordan, or Dead Wrong, sorry. OP Jelly, Devils in net, A. Thompson, Walkerstown Rangers on that team. This is just off the top of my head. If anyone can think of anyone else is on that squad.
You know what? I think they've got
Spud.
some good players. Nobody stands out as a crazy player, but if they work together, and they might be able to pull it off here and there, get a few
Hey,
wins.
I would love it.
quick question: Is Soup actually going to play for that team? 'Cause
No.
I
No, he
heard
rejected
there's-
it.
Yeah, I heard there's a little bit of Soup drama with that.
No. To put it plain, no, he's not playing on that team.
And then SO, just FYI, if you didn't see your G chat, Shock will join if you want to.
Shock. Can you believe this shit? This is the most elusive guy in the fucking league. You are, Shock. You are the most elusive guy in the league. You're hard to track. You're hard to scout. You're hard to get a hold of. But here he is. Welcome to the show, Shock. How are we doing tonight? Ooh, what time? I'll be watching. I'll be definitely watching. Have you guys been getting a lot of games in, or? Ooh.
I wasn't playing though.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh. Is that a shot fired at putting it in? Brick couldn't beat us. It sounds like a shot. A little baby shot. Ooh. Well, that brings. I actually have a question about that because there was a lot of, like, when we were doing the pre-draft stuff, I didn't know where you were playing, so I was trying to figure out who you were going to take, and I saw you in net, and we ran into you guys in a preseason game. You were in net, so I was like, oh fuck, he's playing net, and you played good, by the way. So I'm like, man, he's definitely going to take drug if he's in net, and people are like, no, he's playing center, and I was like, huh, okay, because I saw him in net.
hey, hold on, Shock. Did you check your little box? Yeah, you should have.
Shit.
Yeah, let's try that again. Yeah, what's called? You said,
Hey, welcome to the
Ding,
show,
round
Shock.
two.
How's it going, man?
You At first, it was like, oh, he's not joining. I'm like, oh, okay, I just want to check the box on.
You didn't. For those who didn't get to hear Shock's responses, basically it was just, well, you get Shock. What did you say? Let's let you do it.
Okay, so last night we played 2 preseason mini-series against Magilla and Ability. Beat them both. The only reason Magilla won the first game is because we had to play with the computer because I lagged out. And I was sitting there wondering, why the fuck did I lag out? I never lag out. Looked at the settings and realized my Xbox switched to wireless for some reason.
Gross.
So, as soon as we got that fixed, we beat them 4-3 and 6-3. And then
How do they look like?
Their team's looking good. Honestly, I actually really wanted to face you in the dot, Luca.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, definitely.
I don't know. Face-offs, like sometimes, like the game's like fucked up. Sometimes, like it pisses me off.
So you could comment on that.
I'd rather not. I'd rather let him talk about it.
Yeah, sometimes it just favors one.
Shock, how have you found yourself in the circle this year on 18? You playing center now,
right now, I'm
percentage-wise.
I was looking at my stats and I'm sitting just under 70% right now.
That's elite.
So, I remember the first game
that's
I
elite
played
in
in
the circle.
center in 18. I beat the guy 30-3. So,
That's a good one.
I can't really say
I
much
mean-
on that game though. It was a drop in scrub, but
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, so here's when we're playing, we're scrimmaging people, right, and we're playing with our squad in EASHL. I'll go in there and for 2 straight games, I'll be like, oh, that felt good. I won 60 to 65%, 70%, great, awesome. And then all of a sudden you get in the next game and you're literally hitting at a 30% clip, and you're like, what the fuck is so different between what I did last game and what I did this game? I can't quite figure it out yet. So
yeah, connection.
Yeah.
Connection's a big thing.
yeah.
And another thing too with center is knowing all the counters.
Mm-hmm.
Like last night when
Crickets.
in game it was game 3, Magilla brought in NHL kid who isn't even in the league to come play center for him. I guess Burke had to go. And don't get me wrong, NHL kid, or Sandra, some people know him, is a really good center and gave me a good test because he knows every counter and I know every counter. So it was just kind of a chess match the whole game.
Yeah, but if you know every counter, how are you supposed to win against each other? It's just gonna be tie-ups every day.
Well, that's what it ended up being a lot of the time. And then you
That's
start doing the counter
pet
to the
peeve.
tie-up.
I hate tie-ups because the wingers, if your winger's not paying attention, it's a lost draw.
Yep.
Yep.
It was funny because he started tying me up, so I did the counter to the tie-up.
Oh, so you went forehand? Okay.
Yeah. Well, what you do is you with the tie-up, because if you sit backhand, even if they go to tie you up, if you switch to forehand at the last second and win it back, 90% of the time it'll cancel the tie-up and you win it. It's a quick
that's what
switch.
Hugh-
You got to
that's
really
what Hugh
learn
does.
you really have to learn the timings of the puck drops in each zone.
So
to be able to
basically,
get it
you
down.
hold like backhand, and then you wait for his arm to move, and you switch to forehand and flick down.
Yeah. And
So-
usually it'll win it.
Secrets. Ding, ding.
Yep.
Well, I was
But
gonna
these are
bring
things
this up,
that,
too.
especially starting last,
They're not
game,
really
or last game, it really works so well. It's something that a lot of centers should know by now.
I agree.
So.
Have either of you guys, the centers here, and Joe too, I know you play center, have you ever fucked with the LB
LB.
Like
on the
deep,
circle?
like deep
Nope.
through the.
No, like when you're going to take a draw, let's say you're lining up backhand, okay? So you're going to line up backhand, and you're going to take a draw. So right before the ref starts moving, if you hold in LB, and this is just something I've been fucking with the last few days, like just hold it in and take the draw. I felt like I was winning a lot more clean backhands that way, and I don't know if it was in my head or not, but it's just something to try if you're messing around and kind of give a report on that, what you found.
I'll try it tonight and let you know.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then I just got sent a message. Pog says he's gonna destroy you, Shock.
Whoa.
Right.
Pogs and I
Pogs
always
is
have good
good.
battles in the dot.
Pogs is good on face-offs.
I play on Pogs' LG team, so
There you go.
he re-signed me, but unfortunately he re-signed me at defense.
Ooh. So
So-
how's that work over there? It's like a re-up contracts or something? Re-sign
Yep.
you? Or?
They can re-sign you for up to 2 seasons, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
So
That's pretty neat.
basically, if they want to keep you instead of putting you back in the bidding.
Gotcha.
You just said that's pretty neat. Neat.
I
Really?
did. It's
You
pretty
just
neat.
used that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's early. You know,
The only
true.
thing is with
That's
re-signing,
true.
you
Like,
always
what the
have to
fuck?
give them the next step up against your salary cap in the league. So, like every player starts off in LG at 500,000, and so obviously this season now I'm at 750 because that's the next step up. That's the only thing to the re-signings is you have to up the amount.
Well, now we got a full panel in here now, man. We were just starting with Stealth Luca, and then I saw
What were you
Jumbo
talking about
in
when
here.
I came
Shock
in?
showed up.
Oh, just the fact
we were
that I
ta-
won 60th. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And then I was saying how Drug, like, his wet dream always to fall. He always wants to fall. He never falls, obviously. But he always wants to fall to, like, round 2 or 3. You know, top
Yeah.
talents want to play with other top talent. I mean, it's a thing, but that's not always the way it works. But Sober went all the way to 60 from 3. So we were talking about that before you got in.
Yeah, I was laughing at that because Sober was in the party during the draft when we were doing the last couple of rounds, and Drug and I would be like, "But Sober's there," and Drug's like, "No, you're taking Yeti."
Yeah, that kind
Wow.
of hurt my feelings.
Yeah, it's because
Savage.
Yeti's played for me in seasons before,
Mm-hmm.
so.
Mm-hmm.
See, I also
here's
during going into the draft, everyone was like, "Oh, we never scouted." I scouted, and I also had inside sources for a lot of the XBS players coming in. So I was already
Yeah,
prepared
Drug and
for
Nick
the
know
draft.
all them.
Yeah, Drug, Nick, Phoenix, they all know each other from XBS.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Even my goalie. Yeah. So.
Now, hold on. Phoenix. Now that you're in here, that pick that you made number 2 with Phoenix, a lot of people went, huh?
Yeah.
So now that you're here on the air, explain that pick at number 2.
What I wanted to do right away this season was because I didn't want to play defense this season. I wanted to make sure that I had a solid defenseman to go along with Drug, and I wanted to get that out of the way right away because I know with how deep the draft was, forwards would be available no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to get the defenseman set as early as I could, and with picking Phoenix up that early, the reason why is because I had played against him in multiple seasons. I've seen how he played. So, and what a lot of people don't realize with me is when I'm playing throughout the season, I'm also already scouting for the next season, watching these players play.
Mm-hmm.
So I look towards that to be like, oh, this player plays really good. Maybe I'll pick him up next season, so on and so forth. And I'm pretty sure Daly does the same thing.
Oh yeah, he's yep, he is. And this is okay. So this is what I heard from a lot of people when you took Phoenix. Holy shit, he would have been there. He would have been there. Why did they take him so early? To Daly's point, it doesn't matter. Okay, where you get your guys, you position yourself to get the roster that you want. It doesn't matter if you have to take Esoteric at 3rd overall, even though he doesn't deserve to go there. Okay, if this is the way you want to construct your team, you get the picks where you can get them. Okay, so like, and I understand that, like, and I've, built teams and stuff, and like, if you wrote 5 names down, you're like, okay, this is the exact team I want. Can I make it happen? And you figure out if you can make it happen, and you just move your picks around to wherever you have to. You didn't move a goddamn thing. Did you
Nope.
get everyone you wanted?
I did.
See? So you knew.
Except
you could do
for
what you wanted to
Clancy.
do.
I tested the waters a little bit to see how far the draft and the other captains would let me go in getting my team from last season.
Right.
And now 4 of my 7 players, including myself, are from the previous team. And I
Yep.
was laughing at like especially Cortez's comment on their show about how they're like, oh, it's a different team. It's not going to make a difference if you got all your teammates back. We're already proving in the preseason it's making a difference. So,
Yeah, man. I mean, look, it's a real thing when you play with the same people over and over. Because Sober, it's me, you, and Brick up front right now, and we've probably played, I don't know, maybe 7, 8, 9. I don't know how many games we've played. Some games go extremely well. Some games are a struggle. You're still feeling that out, right?
Yeah.
So like these guys who play together all the time and have a familiarity, have played with other leagues, et cetera, et cetera. They don't have to go through that growing pain. They can just hit the ice and do what they always do. Joe hates talking about chemistry. I promised him we wouldn't do that. Hi, Joe.
Yo.
Are you off the phone now?
Yeah, I'm good.
No. Thanks, man.
Well, Joe, I'm gonna throw you this one, Joe. Did you see a team out there? I know you know what the rosters pretty much look like. That you were just grossed out by. You didn't like the draft. You didn't like.
Well, I'll say this at the start, right off the bat, when Daly picked Brick, I thought,
Mhm.
and if you were in the chat, you seen what I thought. I wouldn't have picked him there. Brick, to me, when I've played with him, he doesn't even communicate. And for me, a top player communicates with his team. And like Dmart or Rome or Drug, he also communicates with his team all the time. I don't know anything about Brick City communicating, so that's why I wouldn't have picked him there. But I'm sure Daly has his reasons.
What about Esober?
Okay.
So
Go
what
ahead.
about Eso going third?
Esso communicates. His gameplay's sketchy at times, but he communicates, so he's got that.
So
yeah, he's a good guy.
I'll go to the Brick comment real quick. He has been communicating. There are times where he's not as vocal, but he's the type of player, and this is good, I think, especially when you haven't played with them very long, a certain team. He'll tell you if he hates it. Like he has an abrasive way about him too.
Okay.
So if you have thick baby skin, you probably don't want to play with Brick City. Thankfully, Daly didn't draft any snowflakes. You know what I'm saying? So like we can all handle it. Like if he's like, yo, you got to do this here. Yo, go down low here. You know what I mean? Like there's like a nice way of doing it, and then there's the Brick way of doing it. He's gonna do it the Brick way, but he wants to win, and he wants people to improve. Christ's sakes, he went into the Brick went into the. We smashed the Daly's Rejects 9-0 the other day, and he's like, "Fuck this! I'm going in their party." He goes in their party. I don't know what he said because I wasn't there.
I heard.
But he came back in and he goes, "Man, they probably hate me now." Well, like, what'd you do? He's like, "No, it's just bullshit. That's not even fun. They need to, they need to get Thompson on lefty. They were so much better with him there. They need to move this there. They need to do that. They need, protection in front of Devil. And then we go out and play them the next game. They're a completely different team." So he wants to in competitive games. That 9-0. He doesn't want that. He's a smart player, and he'll tell you what he thinks. If you can't handle that, then you can't handle playing with him. That's what I'll say about that.
There's the nice guy that doesn't say shit. There's Brick, and then there's that one step beyond that though. Like Brick isn't even that bad for what he says. Shit.
No.
Are you talking about Legion?
No, well, Legion doesn't know his ass from hole in the ground. He can fucking say shit, but he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. But yeah, so like I said, there's that happy medium. It's criticism, but it's to a point where it's easily taken.
Yeah, but when a guy only comments when he's giving criticism. That's not a good thing either. I'm talking about a guy who says nice play, or when you make a nice play, you want somebody to recognize it, right? You don't somebody who just criticizes you all the time. That's not a good communication.
He's
So
like Belichick, though. You're supposed to do that.
okay.
You're supposed to make that pass. You're supposed to score that goal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
hey, man,
Okay.
tough love. Get on. If you
I
want to
agree
jump
with
on his
Joe.
back. Oh,
Thanks, Luca, and you're also a good pick at number one, and that's why, because you communicate. I played with you, and we had something there. I'm not
But
going to
you,
say
but
the
you know,
name, but you
you
were
know,
good, and I was good. That's
the fucking hashtag.
no,
Fuck.
it's not
But
chemistry. It's not chemistry. He was playing good, and I was playing good. That's so combine that together, we had a good team. It's not
I just
we both had chem. That doesn't make sense.
I just think if you're a smart player, you can play with anyone. If you communicate with everyone, then you'll do fine.
Well, obviously, I'm
Yes,
a dumb.
I
exactly.
agree.
Looking at the
But Joe,
Hazel.
Mm-hmm.
so, I mean, I'm not going to read it verbatim, but in our team chat,
Okay.
Rick went in there and he wrote a pretty large paragraph, and it was all positive. So he's not
Well,
always
shit, I'm gonna have to
negative.
see this.
Okay.
Okay.
You're not going to because it's our team chat.
How often
And,
have you played with Daly, Joe?
Yeah.
Daly always
That's a good
says
point.
nice play. He
He
says,
does?
"I see you, number 19," or he says little comments like that. He
Daly's-
recognizes good play.
You should
Daly's
hear
a
him and
high-strung
Yam.
guy, though. Yeah.
Have that-
Yeah, there
have
you
that-
go. You should
have that
hear him
be a
and Yam.
thing. I mean,
He'll do the same thing, and he'll tell Yam why. Be like, that was a stupid fucking play, Yam. Why did you make that fucking play? He's like, where were you supposed to go with that? Yam will go, behind the net. Yes, behind the net. Well, I don't want to just always throw it behind the net. He's like, yes, you do if it's always open, And then Yam will go, oh, fuck, all right, I'll go behind the fucking net, But,
It needs to be said, man. And Daly
Yep.
knows what it takes to be a winner. So if he doesn't
Do
say
simple
anything,
plays.
who will?
mm-hmm,
Yeah,
simple
play.
plays.
Keep it simple.
That's right. Move it
Oh.
quick, simple plays.
I have a question. Are you guys surprised King Rome is playing defense?
Yes, very.
Yes, 100%.
I'm not
It's
surprised.
a waste. Oh,
He's been trying
Well,
to play
no, I don't-
defense for the last few seasons.
he was.
It's
he
not a
was,
waste, though. I disagree with that.
He went D with Kayla back in season 1, was it? Last time she was a
I
captain.
wasn't here. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Shock, since you chimed in, maybe you can tell us a little because I haven't seen really Rome on D. Would you put him up there with the likes of the Drugs and the Mooses and the Sea-Doos and stuff like that?
I would, but as everyone else said, I'd prefer him at center.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he signed up the last few seasons, I believe, as preferred right D, but he's always had center willing.
Mm-hmm.
And he always just I've seen him play a few games at center in the preseason and that, and then during the season he's back to center. So it's
That was DJ's number one pick.
yeah.
I think we all
It'll
just
be-
took it for granted that he'd be the center.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does with his lineup with Rome on D, and to see how that works, and to see if Rome gets a chance to stay at D all season, or if he'll be
Mhm.
moved up to that center position once more.
So if they start getting, goal anemic, maybe DJ makes a switch, and puts him up at center. But for the start, I guess he's playing D.
He doesn't have
Quick
center reviews.
Don't believe so. And quick
Nope.
question, completely unrelated. Does anyone know if FIFA 18's even out yet?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes, yeah, it is.
We're
I'm just
talking
asking
about
because the
FIFA?
game is not letting me install it.
What the fuck?
Random technical difficulties. Anyways,
Yeah. Moving along.
One thing I want to
played
talk about
Joe.
with my team really fast that I want to clear up
Yeah.
because Ability fucked it up is Ozzy's not playing left wing this season. The two left wings that I was talking about when I sent him the message on the Thursday Throwdown were Yeti and Nick, who both play similar play styles. And Yeti actually put in our team chat today that he will shut down any forward one-on-one when he's playing.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He
So,
really
Really?
just
so
needs to shut his
he's
mouth.
he's confident going into the season, and he played well, and he's playing well. So, and that's what I'm
Rookie of the
liking
Year.
right now is
Woohoo.
that right now I one thing that I always build my team on is I always draft for depth. So, for example, last season, AC really stepped up and filled in when Nick went on vacation for 2 weeks during the season.
Mm-hmm.
So we were missing Nick from halfway through the season until playoffs. So, and AC really stepped up there, and I'm giving him a shout out right now because I think even now he's underrated because he can fill in anywhere. I haven't seen him play net, but he can fill in pretty much anywhere, and he'll be able to fit right in and do his job in that position.
And real quick, Nick the Greek, he might be one of the most under the radar players in all leagues history because he doesn't say much. He's never on any forum. He's never in a chat box. He just shows up for his games and he plays. So he always flies under the radar, you know.
Yep. And he's
always a
only had
guy.
2 seasons in the league.
Right. I'm talking about past leagues too. I mean, he's the same personality in no matter what league I've been in him with. So he's always a guy that falls because like he doesn't have like league wide friends, it seems. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how else to say that. Like he has his core that he plays with, and that's about it. So he just like unless you know who he is, you're probably not on a radar. You know what I'm saying? And he always gets on good teams and gets to play with his guys and smart on him.
I think
maybe he just hates all of us.
One thing that hurt him, I think, in the drafts, at least for 239, is his first season here was on DJ's last place team.
Yeah, yes, it was.
So, and then his second season was with my team.
Yep.
So,
but
and he really,
I mean, when he was in there.
Oh yeah, he did. He really stood out, especially in the playoffs. He's a very good forechecker, and he can pass and he can put the puck in when he needs to.
Yeah. He does it all,
and he's a good all-around player. He's good at covering.
If he continues to, yeah, and if he continues to keep flying under radars, man, he'll always end up on teams like yours. You know, unless another captain decides to snag him up. He does seem to always have like availability things. You know, like he'll be missing like a couple weeks here or there, or like he won't be available or whatever. Yeah. But like if you draft a good backup, like you have.
Yeah, this season's not bad. He's only missing 4 days, and it's over a weekend, so.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. What else are we touching on here, boys? I mean...
How about how Ozzy fell so late? Puts up almost 80 points in his rookie season. Yeah. He fell to the 3rd round. And that's where I got.
Crazy. And Clancy was 4th.
Yeah, it was 3rd round.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, and Clancy was 4th round, and if Pale didn't pick him up, I was picking Clancy 2 picks later. Both those players should at least went in the 1st or 2nd round in their rookie season, putting up almost 80 points each.
Mm-hmm. And listen, Pale needed him.
He did.
He needed him bad.
Though right now it's not working out too well.
Anybody want to comment on the whole Pale possibly benching himself?
I didn't even hear about this.
Okay, why don't you talk about it? Because it's the first I'm hearing of it.
No idea why.
I've heard rumors that Pale he's moving one, so he might be sitting himself. Obviously, due to that, but depending on how things goes, he might sit himself.
Okay. So it's not.
I know.
I haven't
the
heard
night
if it's
we
like
played
for the season or for like as of right now for his team, he's just benching himself or what the hell the deal is. But
I know. We scrimmed against Pale as well. It was only one game, just because it was like midnight when we played. And after one of his players, I was talking to one of his players, and he was saying Pale was getting really frustrated the game before he played in net, and he got lit up by an LG CHL team apparently, like 6-7-0 or something. And then
That'll
when he
happen.
played against us, he played on defense, and it was a good game, but just the way the puck was bouncing and that, you could tell he was getting frustrated. Like anyone would have got frustrated this game. The puck bounces are insane.
It's
But
the pickups, dude.
that's
Like the
yeah,
pickups
that's what
are
I've
so
heard
bad.
though. Is he's getting
They're so
really
bad.
he's getting really frustrated with the play that's been happening. So that might be a reason for it.
Yeah, I mean, combine that with moving, and you might as well just take a breather.
Yeah.
You know, let the team you drafted do the work, and put in your due diligence as captain until it's time to come back or whatever. You know.
And that's what I'm doing next season. I'm taking a breather from captaining.
Really? The OG's
Yeah.
gonna finally go in the pool?
Believe it when
For
I see it.
for
but, you know.
for a season.
Weren't you
Wow.
just saying you're scouting for next season already? So like, was that like?
Usually that's what I do, but the season I just kind of want to focus on our team, on my team, and how we're playing.
Interesting. So
Yeah, but I
God, you just gotta hit that tune one more
4 or
time.
5 seasons in a row now, so I need a I need a break.
yeah, I did it once, and I was all set with it. Joe? Yes?
Well, Esso, we got a question for you from the chat here. How is Esso's voice so damn beautiful? Can you answer? Or is that just genetics?
How
do you
is it
think?
so beautiful? That must be. Is that McSwagger? It's got to be McSwagger.
Fergie.
Who?
Fergie 989. I believe that's agent, isn't it?
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Oh, yeah, that's Agent, man. You know what it is? Is like I have a little Woody over Agent's voice. I think he's got a great voice for radio. You know, so like maybe he's just repaying me the compliment. Speaking of Agent, his team I wanted to touch on real quick before we wrap it up. It's like flying under the radar, and like no one's really talking about him as much. I haven't heard the other shows from earlier in the week. Maybe they were touched on, and I will listen to them because I'm a big fan of the 239 shows. However, I heard from a couple different people who have played that team that they're going to be really good. Take that for what it's worth. They seem to be flying under the radar, but I think he's happy with his squad, and he had a plan. He had those 4 picks in a row. He used them how he wanted to, and they might make some noise this year.
What
Not
I
as
was
much noise as putting it in, but yeah.
Agent's the one that grabbed Pogs and Toms, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why that's the only thing in the draft that really confused me why he drafted 2 centers. I'm wondering where because Tom's wanted to play center as well, so I wonder where he's playing.
I think he's playing D.
D, right? Yeah, okay.
He's a good defenseman as well. I was just wondering.
Center, sorry.
I thought Agent was
Yeah,
right
but
wing.
Agent, yeah, he's going to play wing. Which is good news for center. Not really, because Agent's really good in the circle. Sometimes, like he's either way on or way off, it seems. But like when he's on, he's annoying as shit. But Pogs is always really good in the circle. So he's got one of the best draw guys. I mean, that's where he's gonna play. I put him up like Hugh Laurie, Pogs. Who else is really staunch in the circle? Certainly not me.
I'll be interested to
I've
see
heard
how
Marty's
Lamp
really
goes.
good. We play Lamp
Yeah,
week 1, very first series. So
That's gonna be a good test.
oh yeah, we play DC and Marty in the first week. So
Marty's squad. That's right, the Hut Heroes, man. He took the power couple first. A lot of people didn't like it.
My first series is against Daly.
Oh,
That'll be fun.
You mean me and Sober?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cue the music.
Who do you want at center, me or Brick?
Huh? It doesn't matter.
D-Mart just asked
Spoken like
how
a true
many
number
highlights
one.
are Saney and Luca dropping this season.
Well,
I
they're gonna have
forgot.
to wait till after week 1.
I forgot
obviously.
how good Saney was. But
Honestly, he didn't impress me last night.
what? I don't know. I
Ooh.
didn't play yesterday. I don't know how they played.
I love Shock.
for
He
the
just
most-
comes in here and
But the thing is,
Puts
though, is
everybody on blast.
I've played against Saney since back in other leagues and that. So for like 5, 6, maybe 7 years,
Is
I've
he
been
still
playing against
OG?
Saney. So. I don't know. I think he is.
well, Luca,
But,
look, you're gonna get one of us. I don't know who it's gonna be. That's gonna be Daly's call. He's still looking at,
Oh, it's gonna
putting
be
me
me.
left or
What the fuck
putting
are you
Brick
talking about?
left, or
I think
It's
I
never
think,
gonna be you.
I think Brick's better at left wing, and you're better at center. Like
I tend to agree with that, but we both, Brick and I, so far from what we've seen here, the draws are hit or miss with both of us. To be honest, sometimes we'll be really good. Sometimes we shit our pants in the circle. So
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the defining thing. We'll see. We'll see who wins more of them
Yeah.
and go from there.
I don't know. We'll see. Usually I'm decent on them. I hate losing them, so I try my
Like
best
with
to
2
win.
seconds left, like particularly, do you hate losing them? Like with 2 seconds to go in the
Who won that
defensive zone?
series? Oh.
Yeah, I know, but we were talking
Oh.
about face-offs. We weren't really talking about the series, though. We were talking about like
That-
big face-off losses in your own zone after you ice
But
the puck. That's kind of what we were
uh,
talking about.
That series, I beat you in draws, so it's okay.
Did you add them up? Like, were you waiting for this conversation to come up someday? You're like, oh,
No.
well, that's what actually.
People don't forget, man.
I just
Yeah.
I think every center kind of knows if they won or lost, so I just keep it like in a memory in my brain just to know.
No, I hear you, man. I went up against Rome in the boys regular season series, and I got him. So I remembered that.
Yeah, I beat him too, but he
Uh-huh.
beat us in the playoffs, so it doesn't matter.
And he beat us in that series as well. So again, it's what really matters, I guess. But for that one game, I mean, me and Peaceful Bob let you taste it. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty fun.
I still can't believe it. Ugh, I don't want to talk about it.
We love it.
Can I bring something up?
Yeah.
All the different power rankings that have been coming up.
Mm-hmm.
My team has just been loving them because everyone's putting us at the bottom except for Hansel Roberto or whatever. He put us 5th. But
So they're put at the very bottom, or just like in the bottom few, or
10th and 11th.
Yeah, that's not
and-
happening. I'm sorry. To
But
the
if
people
you
that made
read
those,
them-
that's not a thing.
Yeah, but if you read them, it's like everyone's like, well, it's because we really don't know what they're gonna do, and that's why I picked my team name this season, Dark Horse, because last
Mhm.
season, and I forget who said it in there. No one really knows how my teams are gonna go, so my teams are usually the dark horse in the league.
But they're
So-
always good.
Yeah, and that's the thing is
Then-
my teams are always rated low.
So you love it.
Oh yeah, it just means there's less expectations on us, and we can just focus on our game. And that,
That's the best
and
part about
just like
it.
the little message I left for Daly on the draft sheet, because how he was calling me out for being AFK during the pre-draft show, and I left a little note for him, and I asked Sniper to put it in there, and it said AFK or stealing the cup. Because last season we almost did that without Aussie because his game kept on crashing as soon as it started, and putting AC in, we brought Black Sails to Game 7 overtime after being down 3-1.
I was watching.
Nobody cares.
I couldn't
man.
believe it.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Joe.
And-
Shock.
Like you
Shock.
guys with your little minor details. It doesn't matter.
There's been a little minor thing too that's been floating around. So, did you get all your stats in last season?
Except for the last game. Because I kind of lost the photos.
Oh, how does that happen?
Hold on.
How do you lose photos?
Hold on.
How do I lose photos? I got corrupted.
Oh,
When I transferred
my
them
photos
over
get
to
corrupted
my
all the time.
when I transferred them over to my computer so I could actually read them, they got corrupted. So
Why didn't you just?
Who in here is buying that?
Did they get
why
corrupted
don't I
'cause
put
they
them on
weren't
my
taken?
Xbox? Because I
Yeah.
took them on my phone.
Yeah.
No, I took them.
Just double click.
I take them every game. I don't do the Xbox
But that'll be a
ones
nice
'cause
break
sometimes
shock,
they don't
though.
show it.
Just showing up and playing.
Well, that's another
there's
thing.
something to
Why
be
isn't
said
the
about it.
scoreboard ready yet? The season starts.
Oh Jesus! I don't think you could.
Yeah,
I
I'm
want
sure
to see
it'll
the
be
new
ready.
system
Don't
because I
worry.
want to learn it.
I know everybody wants to learn it and see it and shit, but trust me when I tell you, like, it's not going to be a learning curve. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to be like, what do
Yeah.
I do? Literally, a monkey could do this shit. It's that easy.
Perfect.
It's point and click, and like, you can't fuck it up. If you do, please just off yourself. It's that easy. Seriously.
I think, and that was one of the things with LG. They got tired of people fucking it up, so literally now all you have to do is hit one button and it puts the stats in for you. So simple is better, I find,
That's
in
cool.
a lot of leagues.
Going back
I mean, it's
to,
literally point and click. Yes,
Yeah.
Luca.
Sorry. Going back to one of the power rankings, I think Legion just copied someone's and then did his own. What do you think of Legion's?
Legion's
think
was
of-
funny.
Yeah, I laughed at his comment about Drift King. He's like, they have my son on right wing. They have to be good.
I can't believe that thing's still going on, man. That's been a thing now for what, like 6 years, real life years.
He's actually good on right
So-
wing. Drift King.
Oh, he
A lot of
is.
people, yeah. A lot of people thought he was going to be playing goalie because Pale took him like, I don't know, 15th. They're probably like,
Something
wow,
like
wow. Yeah, why you pick him so early? I mean, but he's playing right wing.
Now,
I
would
played
you
on
take
his
him
team
that
for
early
the first 2 seasons.
as a right?
Right wing was kind of slim. Well, for the most part. Well, I didn't really scout or anything, so I can't really comment. But I wouldn't have taken him that early. But like third round at least.
From playing with him, I would
I
say
gotta-
second.
I gotta ask Joe real quick, because I'm gonna forget. You like D-Mart's team you were talking about, okay?
Yeah, for sure.
They're gonna have a really good team, and now they have a real right defenseman too. So
Okay.
It's kind-
All right,
Huh?
yeah, go on.
What?
What's the question?
Again?
You're wasting time,
no,
man. People have things
No, no,
to do.
I-
What's the question?
I thought I'd ask, like, now that they have a legitimate superstar right defenseman there in Jofus, man, I think they
Fuck's
might they could go all the way. I think
Okay,
that's
so
maybe
there's
one
no
of the
question, you
pieces
just
they might have
wanted
been missing last year. You know, that's
I'm still cracking
played
up on
right
how
defense sales?
Joe joined the
Forget.
party. I still cracks me up. No.
yeah, we
that
were
is
just
on the
about to
show.
go on the air like 5 minutes before, and I
You
saw
guys
him
are
pop
using
on. I'm
me.
like, let's get Joe.
Nobody else wanted to come on here except Luca. So you guys
And
grabbed
Shock.
me.
Yeah, we don't have friends
The
anymore.
elitists,
We're the
dude.
hated.
Everybody wants to pull. Everybody wants to hang with the elitists. Come on. If Shock's here, what's that tell you? Come on.
I know, right?
Yeah. Well, we're getting ready to wrap it up here, boys. Any last comments? Like, I mean, I don't know what the other guys did. Like, if we'll go around the horn here maybe and be like, who's your champs? Or, I don't know, dark horse team, no pun intended, Shock. But shit like that, you could do that. I mean, I'm going to play myself out here in a second.
If I were to play pick a dark horse team, I would pick. Honestly, I would pick Daly's Rejects. I am really interested
Really?
in them with that
What
team.
the? Okay, all right.
I am interested because they do have some potential there with
I
who
agree.
they have. So,
They
mind
need
you,
to play a lot
I'm
together.
praying that they don't have the Saint curse,
This is
but
curse.
Sober knows
Is that real? Because I've been in that situation too before. Many a moon ago, where I took an undrafted team because there were so many fucking waivers, and yeah, that didn't wind up good. I had 2 goalies quit on me saying I was a better goalie, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I wound up playing goalie, and it was not fun that season. So, but I mean, shout out to Saints and
I-
to Jelly for doing that shit. It was big.
I'm not really
Yeah.
saying that they're gonna be like Daly or Marty or any of those teams up there, but I think they're gonna be at least middle of the pack.
I would
I think
love
they're
to
gonna
see
surprise.
that. I would.
Yeah.
I would, and I'm sure there's nothing more they have a chip on their shoulder, right? And from what I'm hearing from Hugh Laurie and Yam and the guys that kind of put that team together and set them up with a chat and all that, there's no emo in there. Everybody wants to win. Everybody's trying their best, and so really kudos to them. I really want to see them do not just like win a couple games. I want to see them be in contention for a playoff spot. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and that's one of the biggest things I find is having that team with no emo. Like last
that's
season
incredible.
with my team, and it's the same thing this season. If we're down in a game, we don't actually get down emotionally or anything. Don't get pissed off. We play harder, and we try to keep each other's spirits up throughout the whole game.
And that's the hardest thing to do.
It is.
You
really need to
Everybody
find a
wants to
good
win.
group of guys.
So, yep, yeah.
Yeah,
And I mean,
my
why
team had
stray
no
from
emo
it?
last season either. We had no emo at all.
No, you guys have.
And
a
that's
great
one thing
group
I
of
really
guys,
want to
too.
bring up in leagues for people who do like to try to cause emo and that. It's a short, and it's been said many times, it's a short season. There's a quick turnaround on the seasons. If you're going to be emo about something, just wait it out. It's a short season. Play your best. Play as best as you can with your teammates. And the season will be over soon enough. How long is the season this season? 44 games again or something like that?
Well, no, you get 13 teams. You got to play. So really, you're playing 12 teams times 3, so 36 games.
Yeah, 36, and then the one more. Okay. Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and then
So you
was
36,
playoff 3 weeks
and then
after
the
that?
playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so
it's
it's
probably
not a
gonna be
long
two and a
season.
half months, roughly.
Yeah.
2.5. So, yeah,
And
it'll
you're
get
only
turned
playing
around quick.
twice a week.
Yeah. So, again, that's a good point.
Should we go, Luca?
That's. I mean, that's.
next finisher. Luca, who do you have for a surprise team?
Surprise
And give us somebody
team?
other than the rejects, because Shock already went to her.
No, I don't think they're gonna do that well. I think they'll finish like 10th or 9th. Surprise team, I think Dominator Silver's team. They look good.
You can see that.
I think they'll do well because they have hashtag Cam.
Statement. Oh, I could say, just throwing a shout out to Dom here. As soon as the draft was over, and was it that night or the following night, Eso, where we were going nuts in the fucking chat box with the Bill Cosby fucking gifts and all that shit?
It's always, but yes.
He started sending me a G chat saying, "You're dead to me now. I can't believe you went to the dark side." All sorts of shit.
And that's one thing about playing on Daly's team, man, is that you're gonna be hated because he's so abrasive and he's so ignorant and he just comes on all these and now like half the damn it's all media and admins and Brick, right?
Yeah, Brick.
So naturally, if we're going well, you're gonna hear about it on all the goddamn shows, and you're not gonna be able to escape it. So that's there's a lot of motivation for when you're on a Daily team. You get the best of everybody, And like that's how he wants it, man. And that being said, I mean,
I'm
So
starting
good.
to come up with a dance for this. You know,
this is Yam's favorite, season 6 and 7.
yeah,
They're all doing the
you just got to
dance.
keep doing the bell over and over
And
and over, and that'll give fucking Yam a fucking hard on.
oh, Yam loves the bell. He lives for the bell.
Me more cowbell.
Is it rude that we
No,
like the whole
it's
team
just
is
our
based
show.
off of
Like
of
it
Roofville,
doesn't
and
fucking matter.
it's a great show, by the way. Very wholesome show. Very good show.
It's
That's
good
all
for
I
the
got
kiddies.
this week, gentlemen.
What?
I just want to thank everybody for coming on, Luca. Thanks for being here, man. Joe, thank you for the unbiased
Thanks for having me,
input.
man.
And Shock, man.
All right.
Shock, thanks for popping in, dude.
Good
Thanks
times,
for
good times.
having us. Let's play some hockey.
Yeah,
Let's get it done.
It's pretty early for drunk buck, but I mean, fuck, as well.
You might as well. So, this is the idea of doing the shit at 8. We're done early. So, that
I actually
being
prefer
said,
it at 8.
What?
have a good week, everybody.
Shout out to Amani's wife.
Yeah, yeah. Oh wait,